a gaming instructor at the College of Southern Nevada in Las Vegas, and today we are going to be covering buy-ins and marking chip value in roulette. So here we are in our first person view, and if you can tell, things look a little bit different. So thanks to all your guys' donations and support, we've been able to actually invest in another camera, something that's a little bit more attached to the head, so we'll see how this works out. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. So before we get started, something that I wanted to go over with you guys is a couple of things to watch out for when you're doing buy-ins. So if you have a player come to the table and they place cash on the layout, if you have other players at the table placing bets, if you leave that cash sitting here on the layout where the numbers are, players will not be able to place any bets. So as a dealer, you must try to handle this as soon as possible. And what I mean by that is getting it off of the layout. Now, another mistake that we see a lot of people do is when they do remove it from the layout, they will then bring it over to their working area and then roll right into mucking. This is something you do not want to do. If you touch the money and acknowledge the cash, you must handle the buy-in. Let's get into our first buy-in. Do not take any cash from a player's hand. Now, when you're setting up the money, you want to go ahead and have the highest value on the left and then work your way to the right for the lowest value. You want to think about the table minimum. So this right here, we have $30, and let's say that the table minimum is $5. You want them to at least have $100 worth to play with on the table. So you want to do that for minimums of $5, $10, and sometimes even $15. So here we have $30. You're going to want to give them that in all dollars. Now, when it comes to marking the value of your chips, you're going to be doing it with these. These are called Lammers. Now, these three here are the most common Lammers that you're going to be dealing with on a roulette game. So when it comes to dollar chips in roulette, usually at most places they don't have you mark them, but for the sake of this video, so you guys can understand everything better, we're going to mark everything. Usually at most casinos, they're going to mark things at $5 and up. And what I mean by that is this here, this 20 represents the entire stack value. So a stack is 20 units. If we break this down, that means that it's going to be $1 for each chip. If we had marked this color with one of these, that means the stack value is going to be 100. Each individual chip will be $5. Our last one here is going to be the 500. That means this stack value is worth $500. But individually, each one is going to be 25. So this one would be 25. Since we're working with dollars here, we'll get these other ones out of the way, and we're just going to be working on this one. So you're going to get one purple by itself, and you're going to stick the little lammer on top and then place it in one of these little slots here. Not all casinos will have this. Sometimes they'll have you place it on the wheel itself, but if you're lucky, you'll have a little holder for it. Now here, I'm going to go ahead and break it down, making sure that I'm only giving 30. Changing 30, and then send it. Because it's less than $100, it's going to be an alert call. And then when it comes to dropping the cash, your slot will be over here. This next buy-in is a very common one. Basically, we're gonna do $100 at a $5 minimum. Table, please. So when you have just $100 bill, you can actually place this on top of the bank and then pull out your value checks. So here we have $100. We're gonna go ahead and pull out 5 stacks. Ooh, had to get away from me. Then go ahead and mark with a 20 Lammer. When it comes to your dollars, you do not have to break down a stack. Go ahead, say change 100, and then wait for approval. Once you receive approval, then you may send it. If you're finding this lesson helpful and you'd like to support us, you can buy us a coffee in the link below. Let's get back into it. Now we're going to handle a buy-in that's over $100, but we're still trying to keep it for a $5 minimum. So I'm gonna go ahead, just kind of make sure they're a little organized before I go through them. And then I go ahead and set them out. So as I pull them out, I am just basically feeling them, making sure they're real. And as I lay them out, I'm also doing a count. So here we have is $155. So my goal here is to give them at least $100 in dollars. So what I'm going to do is pull out 100. Now I cannot pull this from the bank with one hand because I have this big old wall over here. The professional way to pull any chips from the bank is doing it with one hand, trying to avoid using two hands. Your goal is to keep yourself open to your bank and your table at all times. So one-handed is the professional way to do it. Now that I pulled out my 100, I'm gonna go ahead and stage it over here. And then with any of the extra, I'm going to pull from my bank and pull red. I'm trying to avoid going up to the higher colors because I don't have anyone else here on this table. And you do not want to have a ton of colors out at once. And do not forget, you see you're working with $5 here, you must mark your dollars. So, changing 155, 11 red over.
Change it.
So, as you heard, I said 11 red over. That's because you can say 11 nickels or 11 red. Same thing when it comes to your quarters, you can say green. So I want to show you guys the same buy-in, but done a little bit differently. Basically, roulette has something called the two-color rule. Whenever it comes to doing buy-ins or doing payouts, you do not want to give the players more than two colors. Basically, you will not do that unless the player requests it or if approved by the supervisor. Now, a lot of times though, the supervisors do not want to approve something like that because it's not really recommended. Basically, it's not the best thing for game security. So here we have $155, which I've already done before. We're still going to be doing it with dollars, okay? So we're going to go ahead and pull out 100, and the player wants green. That's okay. That's completely acceptable because we're still going to follow the two-color rule. And how we do that is with the green, we can go ahead and add on the 5 in dollars or singles. That way, you do not end up trying to pull a red here and then send out 3 different colors. We do not want that. This is how you would send out basically the same payment, but still following that two-color rule. And of course, we must always remember to mark the number, especially when doing $5 chips. Here we are still working with dollars, but always remember, it must be marked if it's $5 and up. And it also depends on your casino if it's going to be $1. If those chips leave the game and they were $5, if they leave the game, they're now $1, or whatever the table minimum of your casino will be. On to our final buy-in. Now, keep in mind when it comes to your buy-ins, you do not want to place the cash on the numbers. When you're doing your buy-ins, do not place any cash on the numbers. Keep in mind that this area here is your working area. Technically, you can use all of this, but kind of think of this here as like your little safe zone. You want to keep it at about the 12 and this way. So here I got my bills. I'm just trying to organize everything a little bit. And since this here is $500, the player is requesting that they get marked nickels. Now this could also be a $15 minimum table. So let's go ahead and mark some nickels. So we want to go ahead, count our bills. And then can go ahead and mark our number. Pull out our checks. As you can see, I have some space to make it on this side. Not all places have enough space for you to work with. Now, when it comes to your marked nickels, you must break down one of your proven stacks to show that it is a proven stack. When it comes to marked nickels and up, they want there to be a little bit more extra security going on here, okay? So what we're gonna end up doing is breaking one down. And then we will say, changing 500 marked nickels.
Change it.
After you receive approval, you will then stack it up and then send it to the player. And sweep up the cash. I would like to take a moment to thank the College of Southern Nevada for allowing us to use their space to do these videos. If you are looking into getting into gaming and hospitality, please come check out CSN to get your casino management degree. And if you are ready for your next lesson, check this video here. And I'll see you guys in the next one.